Hello students, now we are going to study about a very interesting course, costing and cost accounting. This course is useful to all the programs and all the students. Basically, we wanted to introduce this course because most of the time we come across the situation in our life wherein we need to do the estimation of the cost. So I expect that at the end of this course, all of you will be able to estimate the cost. Not only that, you will be knowing about different techniques regarding controlling of cost. Okay. So it will be a series of session, and in between this video you will be asked to respond to certain questions, and those questions will be based on the contents of the video, so that whatever the outcome we expect from this course, that you should be able to estimate, as well as you should be able to take the measures for controlling. You can do it, you can achieve it. So as far as this current lecture is concerned that we are going to cover, I expect that all of you will be able to identify what are the actual cost elements and what are the notional cost elements. Okay, so ready? Let's go. Now, what we'll do at the beginning, we'll study the definition of cost and the various attributes of the cost. And when we refer to any concept, we always refer to the professional organization who have set the standard and defined the terms. So, for the definition of cost, we are going to refer to Institute of Cost and Management Accountant, okay, that is nothing but ICMA. Now, in simple words, the cost is nothing but the amount of expenditure what we spend. But this expenditure are of two types. One is actual and second is notional. Now, actual is very easy to understand, what we pay out of from pocket immediately to enjoy the benefit. But sometimes it happens that we enjoy the benefit and we pay it later. But then those elements also we need to consider as a cost element. So this cost may be either incurred or it may be attributable to services that we have enjoyed, or maybe the product that we have built. So it includes all the elements of cost. Now what we'll study is, we'll study some of the example of actual cost as well as the notional cost. So to begin with, the actual cost, as I told you, this is a cost that we paid from our pocket. So one element which is common, it is the cost of a fuel of a vehicle. Let it be a petrol vehicle or diesel vehicle. Then it also includes the cost of an equipment if we purchase it, because we have to spend and then we'll purchase the equipment. Whereas the notional cost, as I told you, these are the cost of which a benefit we are going to enjoy for a period. Okay. Now it includes the electrical energy. Now most of the time for electrical energy, the bill will be generated at the end of the month, and then we'll be paying that, okay, bill after taking the benefit of that service. And remember, if you want to estimate the correct cost, the notional cost element also are to be included. Now it is a time for you to answer these questions. So the first question is for you. Material cost of a spare part which you have purchased. You have spent and purchased the spare part. Is it actual or notional? Think. Second example is the interest on capital. Many times, in order to run the business, we need to purchase some equipments. Okay, so investment in that machinery requires a capital. At the same time, to run the business day-to-day life, we require working capital. And if we have taken it on a loan, definitely we need to pay some interest at the end of the month. So we utilize that capital, but interest you are not paid immediately. Interest you are going to pay at the end of the month. Is it actual or notional? Yes. Think. Let us see one more example. Now, sometimes our premises on which the business activity takes place, okay, it may be taken on a rent. So if it is taken on a rent, that rent we are going to pay at the end of the month. So again, the benefit we enjoy, we use that premises, okay, for various business activities. But then if you want to really calculate the cost of a particular day, we also need to consider the rent that we are going to pay. We are not yet paid, but we are going to pay at the end of the month. Is it actual or notional? Okay. Now, again I'll take a simple example. Now this example is related with cost of using four-wheeler for 1 kilometer. So there are two friends. Okay, now this friends wants to join the carpool. So there are some questions in his mind. He's thinking, okay, may I join your car? Then what is the mileage? And then how much I need to pay? So many times the cost of using a particular vehicle is related with the fuel consumption, because it is a type of incurred cost. But there are various notional elements we need to add this. So the friend, okay, who is ready to join him, okay, what is he thinking? Okay, why is he paying only for the mileage? Because there are many other costs also involved in it. It is not only the cost of the fuel, but the various costs such as engine oil, tire, and so on. For simplicity, we have taken only two elements. Okay, now he is going to explain. Look, if you want to join, these are the cost elements. Okay, and definitely it is what is expected from you once you undergo this course. So now he is explaining what are the costs involved. So first element is the cost of the fuel. Now let us assume, okay, it is diesel car and the cost is around 100 rupees per liter, and mileage of that vehicle, okay, is 20 kilometer per liter. Specifically, I have not taken any example of a car, but on an average, four-wheeler gives, let's assume that 20 kilometer per liter. Then cost of the fuel one can easily calculate as rupees 5 per kilometer. So this is one cost element, and this is what most of the time is visible to us. But various other costs which are not visible, okay, which we typically include in the notional cost, is a tire. You know, you take any brand of a tire, normally the life of the tire is 40,000 kilometers. So after this 40,000 kilometers, we need to replace the whole set of tires. And let us assume if you want to replace those tires, the cost of replacement is around rupees 20,000 rupees based on the current market price. So we need to add this cost of tire to the cost of fuel. So if you calculate based on the life and this cost of replacement, you will come to know it is roughly rupees 0.5 per kilometer, that is 50 paise per kilometer. So it is not 5. Now it has been added, 50 paise has been added as a cost of charge. Now there is one more element we are going to study, that is engine oil. Normally it is recommended by the manufacturers that engine oil to be replaced after every 10,000 kilometers. And if we assume the cost of replacement is 2,000 rupees, then we will get this cost as rupees 20 per kilometer. So likewise, you need to add the notional cost element in order to know what is the actual cost of using four-wheeler for 1 kilometer. So with these two elements added, now the cost is not 5, but it is 5.70. Got it? So please look into the notional cost element also and make it a practice so that you can get to the cost that actually you need to spend for a particular activity. Now I assume that you are not going to consider only incurred cost, but also you are going to consider the notional cost element also. So continue to attend this session. In the next class, in the next session, what we're going to study is, okay, what is costing? Okay, and then are there any different methods of recording this cost? So that is what we are going to study in our next session. Okay, so good day. See you then. Okay, keep attending. Thank you. Thanks a lot.